So it has come to my attention that there is discourse going around stating that if you are big, you must date your dating equivalent, which is a dusty, bum, broke man. And I would like to be the first to say that that is simply not true. And we're not saying the quiet part out loud. If you are big and unattractive, perhaps that's what you have to do. But if you are pretty, you don't have that issue. I myself have been big and I have been skinny. And guess what? At both phases, I still receive my pretty privilege. I have always attracted what we quote unquote call high value men. The only difference is when you are big, you do deal with a lot of insecurity. A lot of y'all would like to disagree with that, but there wouldn't be that push to, oh, I accept my body or just accept your body if that wasn't the case. So I will say there is nuance to the statement that by being bigger, by not falling underneath society's standards, it may cause you to feel a certain way about yourself, which in turn will make you not you don't attract certain type of people. You attach yourself to certain type of people. It will cause you to attach yourself to certain type of people because if you believe that your self-worth is at this level, you will date people who reflect that back to you because that's what you will allow yourself to believe. Now, I'm not saying you should just allow yourself to continue being overweight because as I stated before, there wouldn't be a push to, oh, I love my body or, oh, I've learned to accept my body if there wasn't anything wrong with being overweight. And not even just looks wise. You should have respect, yes. You should have autonomy over your body. But also, nobody actually wants to be overweight. When I was overweight, I didn't want to be overweight. There is nuance to this though. Not every man will accept you. I can get pretty big and look dang good. In fact, my perfect weight range as a bigger person is about 180. I look dang good at 180. I even looked pretty good at 200 too. I just didn't want to be 200 plus pounds. I didn't want to, and then when I was getting over that, I was like, okay, girl, maybe this is enough. But even then, my face card didn't decline, and I still receive preferential treatment. A lot of people like to lie to you and tell you that, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. But you're placing a limit on somebody else based off of your own standards. Maybe your standards for yourself is that being at a healthy weight is what gets you access to your privileges. But you can't say that for everybody. And I get being black and white about things. I think the conversations are about being black and white, but I, for one, am not a black and white person. I am tired of conversations that center oneness. If you are overweight, you have no excuse, though, not to take care of yourself. In fact, a lot of you guys are overweight simply because you don't want to take care of yourself, because you, in turn, don't love yourself, and that causes those insecurity issues that you deal with on a daily. But if you would take the time to put effort into your appearance, to do your hair, to make sure your clothes look good, to make sure they fit, even if you don't lose weight, at least work out so that you can have some shape and you just not jiggling everywhere. And also, you can get to a point where yes, you are pretty like these girls in the photo. Yes, they're beautiful, beautiful. Look at that face card, don't decline, but your body can start to hinder your face card. I'm not going to say that isn't true. I'm not going to say that you're going to receive attention from everybody. When you are at a healthy BMI, you receive a lot of attention from everybody. But if you're pretty and big and you take care of yourself and you have standards as you should when you are at healthy weight too, if you have, if you're just naturally that girl, period, you will only receive attention from men who push that back onto you. So I think, and if you are pretty and you notice lackluster attention, it's because it is what you attract. Because like I said, I have gotten big to the point where I was like, oh girl, no. My man wasn't attracted to me, and I was starting not to be attracted to me too. But I don't fault him for that, because how can I be mad at him for not being attracted to the same thing I'm not attracted to? But then also you have to be careful with that, because a lot of people don't realize that too. But like when I was bigger, overweight, and pretty, I would get in relationships with men who would try to feed me, just like they do that. I just didn't realize it, because I'm thinking in my head, oh, they just don't mind if I eat. But no, when you're bigger and pretty, they'll try to feed you too, which is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But if you've experienced this, let me know in the comments down below. But the reason why I didn't receive as much as I am now is because now I am assured of myself. So it all comes down to mentalism. How do you feel about the way that you look? And why do you feel that way? If you feel like you're overweight and you're unattractive and you're at the bottom line, you treat yourself as overweight, unattractive at the bottom line. When I was bigger and overweight, I still ate healthy. I ate in a surplus of healthy food, baby. I didn't get liquid calories. I wasn't drinking all that pop. I would drink water. I would drink my juices. But baby, I love getting my calories from food. To this day, why am I wasting 300 calories on a soda when I could have some food? Which undoubtedly will start to hurt your stomach. But yeah, if you carry even if you don't have curves, because I was trying to find more pictures without women with curves. But even when I was overweight, I didn't have a lot of curves. In fact, I would say like fundamentally, if you compare like curves, and I don't have big boobs either, so my body itself was average, and even now, I don't have big boobs or a big butt, and so my body technically is average, but my body has always had this athletic toned look to it. But when I was bigger, yes, I was flabbier, and no, I didn't have abs or like a super strong. I don't know how to explain it, but like, if you carry your weight well, if you present yourself well, if you're oiling your skin, doing your makeup, doing your hair, when you don't have makeup on, your face card is still T, you still look cute. You don't even have to be the prettiest girl in the room. If you're just pretty, if you have standards, you're going to look good and you're going to attract that, no matter what is who you decide to deal with at the end of the day. Because like I said, when my man wasn't attracted to me, guess what? 3 more men came. 3 more men came along and debunked that quickly. I'm not telling you, don't stay overweight, baby. Don't do that. You know you don't like, you just like to eat. I understand. I like to eat too. I would say do better for yourself, but it's not a rule. And if you're pretty and you're listening to that rule, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're giving too much weight to these men who are bottom barrel. You're not bottom barrel, baby. You're just overweight. There's a difference. And if you don't want to be overweight anymore, don't be overweight anymore. I feel like I want to make a video for overweight women who are unattractive to help them, but it's like, you don't even want to help your dang self. You're not willing to eat healthy food, because that's one big difference you can make. Even if you are overweight, switch what you're eating. Oh, I do eat a salad, babe. When every once in a while, like most of the time, if you're an unattractive, overweight person, you eat a lot of greasy, unhealthy foods because you are going for strict comfort, and it's a type of comfort that it ties to your mental of being bottom barrel. You eat bottom barrel, so you receive bottom barrel. That's why your skin is glowing. If you would drink a big thing of juice if you would eat healthy foods, even if you ate them fried, if you instead fried them in grapeseed oil versus vegetable oil all the dang time, if you put olive oil in your food, if you ate big plentiful it's a difference, babe. Your hair wouldn't it be frizzy? Your hair look like its own crack. I don't know. I don't even want to sit here and talk about people, but it's like when you try to gear conversations towards the woman who has labeled herself as unattractive bottom barrel, you're comparing yourself to people who you just don't look like. And when you do try to make yourself better, you go to the extreme and you end up messing up everything and end up backfiring on you, because what that woman was doing was never meant for you and your body type. You don't have to be the curviest. You don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to have the biggest, but you need to assess yourself, look at yourself and say, what would make me look better? And half the time, what will make you look better automatically is changing what you eat. Yes, you can still have fried chicken. Yes, you can still eat Hot Pockets every once in a while. But it's like, can we do more? Can we add more? Can we eat fruit as a snack? With chips on the side, because I know y'all like y'all chips. I like my chips too, baby, don't worry. But can we eat, even if we're eating the whole bag of chips, then we go and get a cupcake, then we go get a donut, then we go get a cookie. At what point are we adding fruit in there? At what point do we add sparkling water in there? At what point do we put down those nasty Diet Cokes that do nothing for us? Why don't we get sparkling water, babe? Infused water. Why don't we make our own infused drinks? Why don't we have a juicer? You spend all this money on food. That too. You complain about being bottom barrel. You complain about being average. You complain that nobody wants you. But you don't even want to do the things to benefit yourself. You don't even surround yourself with pretty things to make you want to do prettier things. You're spending all your money on food and you're not buying no makeup. You're spending all your money on food and you're not buying no oils for your skin. You're spending all your money on food and you don't even have a cute plate to eat off of. And okay, let's say you are the woman who you do have all the pretty things around you. At what point did you give up on yourself? It was the same point where you took in the information that because you are bigger, you must accept this type of person. Even moving your body, you might not want to work out. Don't think about it as working out. Think about it as an activity. Can we do physical activity? Can you be a big person, overweight person that works out at the end of the day? Because you don't have to accept where you are. You don't have to be somewhere and stay stuck. That's my message at the end of the day. Even if you are pretty and bigger and you want to change for you, but the same rules still apply. Don't do too much trying to look for like somebody else. Don't go in there thinking that you can do it the same way they did it. You didn't start off the same way as them, but there is a presence about you. You bring a certain type of energy to the room. You are unapologetically you, and you deserve the best no matter what these people say about you. No matter what. I don't care if your arms do jiggle. I don't care if your thighs do rub together. I don't care if your stomach still do stick out. There's somebody out there who's going to give you everything you want, and you do not have to settle. But it takes you not settling for yourself, even if that means staying big. What else can you do to improve yourself? Maybe you want to stay big, but maybe you done got a little too big, okay? Maybe you 300 and you should just stay at 250. Maybe that's enough for you. Make that enough for you.